I was asked to talk a little bit about biological control in the high tunnels as well. Some of you have no doubt heard me and my former grad student, Katie Grubb, talk about this. It's a popular subject when it comes to greenhouses and high tunnels, and that's because those are the places that we've seen the most success with biological control historically. It's worked the best in greenhouses, and high tunnels are sort of similar to the greenhouse situation. So when we have a high tunnel, you're probably going to be doing augmentation biocontrol, where you would be releasing natural enemies that you purchase online into the system. You'll have to tailor those to the pest at hand. A lot of the companies that sell these biocontrol agents, when you look through their catalog, it's organized by pest. So you can click on aphid and it will take you to a PDF page, and they'll have lots of things that love to eat aphids or shove their eggs inside of aphids and use them as a living nursery. So you'll have the option to purchase those. Once you get them into your hands, that's kind of the hardest part, I think. It's the most expensive part. The shipping usually doubles the cost, and that's one reason that we see it be a little cost prohibitive to some growers. But if we can help get them over the sticker shock of the purchase price, then you can sort of demonstrate over time they're going to be putting less inputs into the tunnel. They're going to be putting less man hours into the tunnel as well. And so there's the possibility that they kind of break even on those costs. So getting them to buy it, I think, is the hardest part. After that, there's always very good instructions on the packaging about how to release them, where to hang the sachets of wasps, where to release the ladybugs or the mealybug destroyers. And you'll have to sort of see what happens after that. They do work. It takes a little bit of time. You may not see complete control. I think one thing people like about insecticides and other pesticides is that like satisfaction that you spray it and then you watch everything start dying around you. It's good to know that your enemy has been wiped out. They like that type of total control. That's not going to happen with biocontrol. It's going to be slower, and you're still going to see some pests. And once you've defeated one pest, you need to get ready for the next one. Just because you've used biocontrol against aphids doesn't mean that you're not going to have to worry about thrips the next week. So it is a continual process, continual monitoring, continual releases of these things. It's an excellent question. It was, how do you keep the bugs that you buy from leaving, from absconding and going away? That's one reason we don't see biocontrol get used in the field very often. In a high tunnel, you have the option, of course, of closing the sides once you introduce them to sort of make them settle down, and then opening them back up after a 24-hour period or so. The other thing to do is to get immature versions of the biocontrol agents. And I don't mean that like they tell fart jokes and stuff. It's that they're the young ones. They're the little ones, so that they can't fly away. They don't have wings. You put those into the tunnel, something like a ladybug larva, mealybug destroyer larva, a lacewing larva. All of those things are going to stay local because they're not as good at locomoting away. You can also get smaller. If you get predatory mites, and introduce those to help with your mite or thrip problems, then they're more likely to stay put just because they're not big enough to get away. So it's about getting smaller, getting younger.